Today on The Young and the Restless, Kyle and Harrison miss Claire, who is indulging her frisky side in LA, and Sharon corners Sienna before encountering an old enemy. At the Abbott house, Harrison gives himself and Kyle the award for best costume for his Three Little Pigs-themed Halloween costumes. The pig with a house made of sticks is missing Claire. The doorbell rings and they pop on their pig noses to dole out candy. When Kyle comes inside to restock, he pauses to think about what else but Claire. Harrison appears to ask when she's coming home. "You said you'd bring her home," he complains. Kyle explains that his trip got cut short due to work, and Claire had things to figure out in LA. Harrison asks to take a picture for his mom, and asks him to send it to Claire too. When Kyle asks Harrison's favorite part of the night, he says it was when he and Christian got to hang out with Katie, Johnny, and Connor. Faith and Lucy were there too. It would have been nice to see this party on screen. At the Shadow Room, Halloween night is underway as Holden and Claire arrive, looking very rock and roll, but wondering if they should have worn costumes. He worries she doesn't want to be there, but she shrugs that she's fine. Noah is still unconscious, and she doesn't want to think about Kyle. "I'm here because I want to be here, with you," she assures. Claire orders 2 shots of vodka and tells Holden they're going hardcore tonight. Sienna watches and then approaches to teasingly warn Claire to keep her eyes on Novak. She then pulls him aside to warn that Kyle Abbott was there asking probing questions about her and Audra. She asks if he's right to be worried about Claire. Holden swears he won't hurt Claire. Kyle did. Sienna promises she won't say anything about what went down with him and Audra. He owes her. At Noah's bedside, Sharon and Nick question who did this and why their son is lying in a hospital bed fighting for his life. They need answers. Sharon wants to help, but Nick urges her to go to the hotel to rest. She agrees, but then looks up the Shadow Room on her phone as she leaves. Still with Noah, Nick tries to bring him out of the coma with dad jokes. Sharon arrives at the Shadow Room and spots Claire on the dance floor and tells her she's there to question Sienna. Claire, obviously very tipsy and happy, converses with Sharon until she heads to the back, where she finds Sienna and tells her she needs her help desperately. Holden rejoins Claire, who is doing a sexy dance and making lots of significant eye contact. He puts his arms around her, and they dance together until he tells her that Kyle came to grill Sienna. She erupts about him refusing to respect any of the boundaries she set. At the Abbott house, Harrison's disappointed that his mom hasn't seen their selfie yet. Kyle explains about the time difference in Italy. Harrison learns Claire hasn't seen it yet either, and he wonders if she's at a party. The kid keeps talking about Claire incessantly until bedtime. At the Shadow Room, Claire rants to Holden about Kyle. Novak wonders if there's a part of her that wishes she was back in Genoa City with him, instead of there with him. Claire pulls him into a steamy lip lock. Meanwhile, Sienna tells Sharon that Noah was in a good mood before the accident. He was there because he met her husband, Mitch, in London. It was he who suggested Noah open and LA location. Sharon's surprised to hear that Noah had visited them repeatedly in the past 3 months, and tells Sienna she wants to speak to her husband. The club owner explains he's just getting back from a trip tonight. She'll see what she can do. Back at the hotel, Holden and Claire share a glass of water. She wants to have a clear head for whatever comes next. He asks if she's tired. Looking at him directly, she says, "No, not at all." They start kissing passionately. At the Shadow Room, Sharon steps outside the door to update Nick, who is appalled that she's out playing detective alone. They agree Sienna is hiding something. Her husband and this club are connected to why Noah was run off the road. Having put Harrison to bed, Kyle goes back to obsessing about Claire and Holden. Pulling out his phone, he sees she still hasn't looked at their photo. In the hotel room in LA, Claire and Holden kiss and fling off their clothes. He pauses to ask, "Are you sure?" Tossing her shirt away, she asks, Does this answer your question? After that, it's on. They fall onto the bed together to have sex. Outside the shadow room, Sharon tells Nick over the phone that she's desperate to speak to Sienna's husband Mitch. He's about to get back from a trip, and she doesn't know if he'll show up or not. She promises to go back to the hotel if he's not there soon. Sharon disconnects from Nick and bumps into a man. When she looks up at his face while apologizing, she's horrified and gops, "Oh my God, Matt Clark."